running through my mind like all day. I don't even know what else I could fucking say. You are something special, I know that you sent from heaven. Gotta have you right beside me. Told you, baby, that I need you. Don't never lie to me, tell me the truth. I don't even care, girl, you know we can jot the roof. I just wanna fly with you. Just me and you. And I'm burning up, no. Say it again, I'm burning up, say I'm burning up, no. Oh, I will be your special someone that will be beside you when you need me. Can't you see me? Do you feel my love? Special someone that will be beside you when you need me. Can't you see me? Do you feel my? I will be your special someone that will be beside you when you need me. Can't you see me? Do you feel my? I will be your special someone that will be beside you when you need me. Can't you see me? Do you feel mine? Tell me, do you feel my love? I know this is more than just a crush. You are always on my mind, I cannot get enough of you. Yeah, running through my mind like all day. I don't even know what else I could fucking say. You are something special, I know that you sent from heaven. Gotta have you right beside me. Told you, baby, that I need you. Don't never lie to me, tell me the truth. I don't even care, girl, you know we can jot the roof. I just wanna fly with you. Just me and you. And I'm burning up, no. Say it again, I'm burning up, say I'm burning up, no. Oh, I will be your special someone that will be beside you when you need me. Can't you see me? Do you feel my love? I will be your special someone that will be beside you when you need me. Can't you see?
You, what it do? It's your host, Smuvie Mane Bruce Wayne, aka Smooth Money Mayweather Paper Chaser. Holla at you, boy. We back at it again, you know what I'm saying? Episode 45, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. A lot of stuff been going on this whole week, man. Lakers, inconsistency. LeBron James' greatness within the inconsistency. We got Brooklyn Nets and the 76ers that face off earlier, you know what I'm saying? First time since trade. We got some NCAA to talk about as well, women and men. Some stuff that's going on in the football scene. Just a quick, like recap of what's going on in the football scene, man. A lot of some unexpected news, some great news. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what we do. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. We're going to be right back. You know what we do, baby. You know what we do.
Oh, you didn't know? Well, your ass better call somebody! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Smuvie Mane Entertainment presents Welcome to the Show! I'm your host, Smuvie Mane Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Smooth Money Mayweather Paper Chaser. Holla at your boy. And welcome to the show.
I came in to take game over, eating everything, no leftovers. I pulled up with all my soldiers. Boss that's one word is over. In my hood, they treat me like Hover. Pressure, I apply pressure. Pressure, I apply pressure. Pressure, I apply pressure. out they throats, I ain't letting off. 100 the car, I'm about to let it off.
Yeah, we back at it. We back at it. We back at it. We back at it, man. It has been a very exciting week for basketball. You know what I'm saying? Very exciting week for some football too, matter of fact. So let's just start by saying that I don't know how true this is. I don't know how true this is, but there's a report going out saying that Tom Brady is coming back and he's gonna play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Don't know how true this is, but ESPN just broke this news. Let's see. Tom Brady retirement lasted 40 days. Brady says Sunday he is returning to the Tampa Bay for his 23rd season in the NFL. The 7-time Super Bowl champ announced his decision on Twitter and Instagram, saying he has unfinished business. I mean, Tom Brady on some real stuff. What unfinished business do you got, my G? You're 7-time Super Bowl champ. You have more wins than most franchises. You feel what I'm saying? Like, dude, I don't understand what unfinished business that you got. I understand that you got out the playoffs last year. You know what I'm saying? Unexpected, probably than most guys, but not really to me, man. Y'all just had a little bit too much going on off the field, especially with Antonio Brown and stuff like that, his little antics and stuff like that. Am I holding that against y'all, or am I saying that that's the reason why y'all lost? No. Not in the league. Not in the league. But Tom, what else you gotta prove, my dude? What unfinished business? You know what I'm saying? Like, you win the 8th one, you just adding, at this point you add another notch to the belt, like type situation. So I just don't understand what you mean by you got some unfinished business to do. He said, this is a quote, I believe. These past 2 months I've realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands. Brady wrote that time will come, but it's not now. I love my teammates and I love my my family. They make it all possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa Bay. This is what Tom put on Twitter. Matter of fact, you see that? You see that? That's his account right there. I know you can't see his account blur, but that's his account on Twitter. That's what he said. 23rd. What else do you gotta prove, my G? Like, jeez. Now, if Aaron Rodgers came out and said something like this, then it'll be understandable. You feel what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes, Drew Brees, I even said Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I'm saying? He only won 2, but players like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we talk about catching the GOAT, like, type situation, especially when we talk about football, you be the person that I would try to catch. Like, Aaron Rodgers, you only got 1. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes, you only got 1. You feel what I'm saying? Matthew Stafford, you only got 1. Like, there's other quarterbacks that don't have a Super Bowl, and for you to come out and just say, what do you got to prove? What is it? Why don't you want to be at home with your family? You could get a job doing podcasts, announcing the games, being up there with like Randy Moss and all them. You know what I'm saying? Some of the former coaches and stuff like that. Teddy Dungy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. So you're gonna be inducted to the Hall of Fame, first ballot, no questions. You know what I'm saying? Your resume is in tip top shape. You know what I'm saying? I said this before, and it's funny that I still haven't seen nobody talk about this at all. Nobody talk about this. But there was a story that came out a couple months ago that's saying that the allegations against Tom Brady and the New England Patriots were false. The Deflategate is false. Like, go back a couple episodes. I'm gonna tag it once I get done with this video, but go back and look at some of my episodes. It's tagged on there that he didn't deflate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know that weather changes the balls, and if you don't know, the weather does change the ball. When it's cold, ball deflates. Hot, the ball expands. You feel me? Heat, fan. You know what I'm saying? And then for referees to be touching the football and stuff like that, like, come on, my dude. Like, you couldn't tell that the football was deflated, and you guys are referees and stuff like that. And there was a report that, if I remember correctly, it was one of the owners or GMs or something like that that reported this and falsely reported this and stuff. But what angle did he have to gain? Like I said, you had Tom Brady suspended, about 4 or 5 games. You had the New England Patriots fine between, I think it was 100,000 or 100 mil, and lose a draft pick, a first round draft pick at that. But, you know, Tom Brady came out with perfection after the games that he was suspension, won the Super Bowl that year. So it didn't even like derail him or anything like that of his greatness and stuff like that. But it did put a like asterisk next to his name in some people's eyes, and it did put a stank in people's face. Like, yo, Tom Brady, you a cheater, man. Like, you should have seen the memes that was out there. He had Pinocchio. He had sitting on the ground talking about, I can't do it if you don't deflate the ball, Belichick, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy that that happened and the story never came out that it was false. Like, no one big is talking about this. I haven't seen not one person talk about this. Not one person. Not from Shannon Sharp, not Skip Bailey, Stephen A. Smith, like the shows First Things First Take, you know what I'm saying, Jump Up, Early in the Morning with Max Kellerman and Jay, and you know what I'm saying, Jawan. Like, you haven't heard that. So it's just funny that this is going on, and the lies is going on, but we don't want to acknowledge it. We rather run this man's name through the mud than acknowledge this shit. That's just the funny thing. It's sad. It's really sad. Really sad. So I think this is another story. I seen this the other day, and I'll probably talk about it more throughout the week that's going to come up because I really didn't get a chance to look at it. But I did see it come across my phone, and it's very interesting. Reports saying that the Saints have made trade offers for Deshaun Watson. Embattlement, Texas quarterback has gathered much trade interest since being cleared of criminal charges stemming from sexual assault allegations. So I believe it was, when did I see this? I think I had seen this like Friday or Thursday that he was cleared of his charges. May have been even Saturday. I don't know. But I remember seeing that and thinking to myself, man, it's just amazing to me. Like I said, I don't know the full story, so I don't want to go too in depth what I'm going to say about this, though. But I will say that, man, brothers out here, especially in the sports industry, need really pay attention to Deshaun Watson and his situation. Not just Deshaun Watson, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of what I was just saying. And what I'm really just trying to say is that people are coming out the woodwork to say shit about you. I'm not saying that they trying to get money out of this. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say they put up false claims. I'm just trying to say, like, we in the age of where phones are reporting everything. You got to be careful what you say, what you do. You know what I'm saying? All that. And then the more money you got, the more they going to come after you. So you just need to really just be watching out for yourself and stuff like that, and stop playing, thinking that things are sweet. Who else we just recently heard about? Even Trey Songz. Trey Songz getting hit with same type of things, saying that he's forcing his way on the women and stuff like that. So we got to be very, very careful. And notice what I've been saying too. Like, these dudes are all been black athletes, black entertainers. So us brothers, be very, very careful. Even if you're not making millions, be very, very careful, man. Because it's easy for these women is just to say that, no, we're touching them, we're saying sexual things to them. There's been a lot of reports also too for a lot of owners, organizations, between football, and I've said football twice, football and basketball, that these owners, executives, these higher ups in these corporations are using sexual words, moving things forward sexually with these females and stuff like that. We gotta be very, very careful. Very, very careful. This shit is not a joke out here, man. This shit can ruin your life, ruin your reputation. You could be on a sex predator watch and stuff like that. You don't want that for yourself. That you gotta be registered as a sexual predator and shit like that. Like you don't want that to be tagged on you. Just get some people that's around you that can look out for you, have your best interests at heart, and tell you yes or no. Because it's just funny to me, man, because I gotta have me that guy. If you just always a yes, man, you always gonna tell me no. Money doesn't change who you are. It just enhances who you are, because you are freely to do more things because you got money. And sometimes when we got this type of money, we're reckless, we're not discreet and stuff like that. You just gotta be paying attention, like I said. But with that being said, like I said though, we are definitely going to cover more of this story, because I definitely want to know what happened, how he got clear of these charges and stuff like that. And I just don't want to come out and say too much of what I got to say. Like I said, I don't know the situation. I don't know if it was some, why he got cleared off, some he said, she said shit, or it was some DNA that they didn't find, or whatever the case may be. But we definitely going to look into more of the story. But now that this has happened, Deshaun Watson is probably going to be more freely. More teams are going to want him now that you know what the future is going to lie with him. Because before, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't have picked him up just because I didn't know what the future was. I know he's great. He's definitely great, all time, like, great quarterback. I'm not gonna say future Hall of Fame or nothing like that. He needs more on his resume, but he's an all-time great quarterback. What he had to work with down there in Houston, they were having winning records when he was out there. So it's not like he's a bum or nothing like that. You face different competition, better competition and stuff like that. But I will just say, I'm not even gonna say, I was thinking about just saying, shouts out for him to be in his charge, but I don't know what's going on until we look into this. So we'll look into this more into the week to come up and see what's going on and stuff like that. But definitely crazy. And we got some more stuff that we're gonna be talking about too with football later on. Trades, Taliban, quarterback situation for different teams. Carson Wentz, I believe he's got expected to go to Washington. Don't know how that's going to be good for him, but it seemed like 1 year with the Indiana Colts didn't really work out too well for him. But we're here for the main stuff, and that is we're going to be talking about James Harden, LeBron James. We got a little bit of the bracket talking that we're going to be talking about for the NCAA. Some upcoming fights too. Some good fights that's going to be coming up too, man. Tank versus what's his Rolly? We got Tyson. He's putting up the title to face a brother out here too. We got Canelo. That's gonna be coming up soon. That's gonna be a good fight. Yeah, a lot of good stuff, man. A lot of good stuff. But we're gonna hit you with this little intermission right quick while we get back into it. So y'all just hold tight real quick.
Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. He's been a good boy, so I'ma let him play with it. He know I'm a savage, I need the whole day with it. I'm a selfish bitch, never gave a fuck. If I fuck that nigga one time, he a lucky motherfucker. I'm a blessing, me and Poppy catching flights. Private jets to the yachts, them city lights. I like to twerk on the dick. Sit back, relax, let mama work on the dick. Yeah, he got me spoiled. We just flew to London for the weekend. We playing hide to seek, so daddy come find me. We kicking big boss shit, I love it when you inside me. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. I love the way he kiss her. He can't sleep because he miss her. He know this shit expensive. Gotta blow a bag just to sniff her. Me and Shawty keep it 1K. We don't tell each other secret. He keep them hoes in they place. He a dog, I'm a savage, so it ain't shit to say. I love that gutter shit. Make wanna put a whole cake in his face. Eat it up, then beat it up. I'm an all-nighter, he keep it up. I love the ride, he going crazy. Deep stroke them feet. Just
All right. Speaking of the Lakers, they're playing right now. As you can see, they had slapped as always. 10-16 just now. They just scored. I'm gonna say this, man, and I'm gonna keep saying this. One of my homeboys came up to me. He was like, Friday. He was like, man, I need to stop hating on LeBron and stuff like that. It's not that I hate LeBron or anything like that. I think LeBron is a phenomenal player. I think he just could be better than what he is. I think the media really overhypes how ungreat he really is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we talk this GOAT status, or he wants to put himself on that pedestal as the GOAT and stuff like that, when he does suspect stuff. Like, I don't agree with me calling him the GOAT when you have performances where you don't show up. You play the Houston Rockets and you pass up on the layup that potentially could have won the game, kick it out to somebody, you know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that when I think about GOATs and stuff like that. And I do hold this against him, and it's very, 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 very big to me when I hold this against him, because you chose to go to Miami. First year, y'all lose to the Dallas Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, Tyson Chandler, Sean Marion, like JJ Barea. I mean, there's no possible way that y'all should have lost to a team like that And it's just the fact that you just did not show up, and the numbers just don't lie. The numbers don't lie. You didn't show up. And in certain situations like that, that has me questioning his greatness. Now, this year, I give it to him. In a lot of years, I do give it to him. But this year, he's in year 19, putting up great numbers. I mean, he's leading the league right now for a player that hasn't played like that in and out the lineup. He's leading the league in scoring right now. So, I mean, that's big. And we're talking about Joel Embiid and what Jokic is doing only for the simple fact that they've been playing, they're healthy, they have their teams not in play-in tournament potential, but they're in the playoffs. So that's one. Then we're looking at what they're doing without certain players. Jokic doesn't have Jamal Murray. Jokic don't have Michael Porter Jr. Then Joel Embiid hasn't had Ben Simmons, and they're number 3, sitting in number 3. So, I mean, that's big, bro. Like, it's big. And I know James, don't get me wrong, too. James is, like I said, he's been playing. This year, 2 games, he scored over 50 points. Shooting 66 from the field, shooting 60% from 3-pointers. You know what I'm saying? And became the 6th player in NBA history since Kobe to score 2 back-to-back 50-point games. Friday was that game. He scored 50 points, 8 for 25. You know what I'm saying? 6 for 9 from 3. And 8 from the free throw line. But then, you know what I'm saying, what was the other night he turned up and then had to sit out for that swelling in the knee. Now, my thing about it is, one of my homeboys came up to me and he was like, he doesn't want this to be like the NFL. And I said, why? What are you talking about? He said, I don't want to see the Lakers come from the play-in tournament, winning out the play-in tournament, going to the playoffs, winning the playoffs, and then going to the finals and winning it. I mean, I would hate to say it, and I don't want it to happen just because of the story narrative with LeBron James that they will definitely put him in the GOAT status just because of the team that he's got and stuff like that. And they just would be talking about him nonstop. This would be one of those documentary moments where he would be talking about nonstop, like Anthony Davis in and out the lineup. He hasn't been healthy. Russell Westbrook, his role in it, the way he's played, leading the league in turnovers, poor decision making all across the board, from shooting wise, passing wise, this kind of stuff that he's saying in these interviews, stuff like that. The team just being one of the oldest teams in NBA, they can't defend nobody. They can't really do anything. They can't stop a cold. So with that type of talk, I can understand why he wouldn't want that narrative. But you know what I'm saying? It's about stories. It's definitely about stories. And would that be one of the biggest storylines in the NBA? That LeBron took his team from the play-in tournament to the playoffs, to the finals, winning the championship. 2 rings in LA. This ain't his team. Meaning, like, this ain't like LA won't embrace him like they embrace Kobe. You know what I'm saying? They won't embrace him like they embrace Magic, Kareem. You feel what I'm saying? Jerry West, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He's an outsider. You know what I'm saying? Would that make the city love him a little bit more? I don't know. Maybe. But it's just for me, though, I wouldn't want to see it either, to be honest with you. And I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. Because, once again, like, if LeBron has to put up these historic numbers and play great out there, will his knee swell up and then he can't play for another 2-3 games? And then what if they need him during that play-in tournament? Now you're just relying on Russell. There's no guarantee that AD will come back during the play-in. Now they're talking about he could come back during the playoffs. That's two different stories. There's only one game in the play-in tournament, so they can get past that round, and James is out with a swollen knee. But let's even say they did get past that. Are you relying on AD to come back? And if he did come back, will he come back being great? He's not been that much of a great player, too, this year, be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And just the simple fact that we're thinking that they could probably beat the Phoenix Suns. No, I don't think so. I think they got their number. I mean, the game is going on right now, and it's just a test to it. Like, and I don't see it. 16-34 right now. First quarter, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. I don't see it. It sounds nice. It sounds nice. And I keep saying this too. Like, it's about stories. We got new stories that's coming out. Way new stories that's to talk about. I think it would be way better if we talk about John Morant, 3rd year, 4th year into the league right now, coming of age, meaning in the basketball realm, human highlight every night that he comes out there on the floor, and just being great out there. You know what I'm saying? He's a version of AI with the handles, Westbrook with the explosion of going to the rim. You know what I'm saying? Like, highlight. That's something that we could talk about. We could talk about Golden State, how at one point they were Curry at one point was MVP talk, having shooting slumps. Clay coming back. Draymond Green's been out for a while with a sore back, slip disc. Draymond Green. I mean, not Draymond Green. Like I said, Steph Curry. Not Steph. Klay Thompson having a historic night the other night. I believe he scored like 30 points. You know what I'm saying? The other night, just doing phenomenal things and stuff like that. We got to talk about it. That's new stories that we could talk about. He scored 28 points. You know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson breaks out of shooting slump with season high 38 points and Golden State win over Milwaukee Bucks, which is a huge win. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's a huge win. See, as this article wrote, Klay Thompson walked down the hall of the court to the Golden State locker room to the sounds of fans shouting, "Good game, Klay," and clapping their hands. "That one feels good," Thompson said as he high-fives a few of the people along the way. As he entered the locker room, more whooping and hollering, could be heard from just inside the door. That was the reputation for Klay, best game in over 2 years, putting up a season high 38 points on 15 of 24 shooting, including 8 3-pointers, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists in the win 122-109 win over the Milwaukee Bucks, which I said is a very good win for them. You know what I'm saying? any type of win against a high caliber team, any type of win against a team that you could most likely face in the playoffs, going into the playoffs, man, it's very good, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, very good, very good. Like I said, that's something to talk about. That's something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We still waiting for James Wiseman to come back. We're waiting for Draymond Green to come back. If he does come back, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff we could talk about. A lot of stuff we could talk about. We got the Chicago Bulls on the other hand that they could be talked about as potential NBA finalists. Like we getting high praise because James Harden went to the 76ers, which we'll talk about them too. We getting high praise because Brooklyn Nets could most likely get Kyrie to come back if the mandate is being stripped before the playoffs. Excuse me. We're also getting high praise because the Brooklyn Nets beat the 76ers in a potential playoff matchup. But talk about some new stories, man. And I keep saying this, there's nothing wrong with us like start leaning towards off of LeBron and start leaning towards some of these newer cats and stuff like that. The NBA is gonna be fine, man. Like I said, we still got Giannis. We still got Kawhi. Kevin's still out there. We got these new cats that's coming up. John Morant. Like I said, we got RJ Barrett. If Zion can get healthy, but that would be major for us and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? That would be major for us to have that to talk about. And another young, explosive cat. We got some new cats that's gonna be coming to the NBA too. But let's keep going. We got Anthony Edwards for the Timberwolves. We got Melo Ball. I would love to see if a Jello Ball can get into the league and stop being with these the G League and stuff like that. That would be dope to see all three ball players in the NBA. Excuse me. That would be something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, there's always something to talk about when it comes down to the NBA and stuff like that. Always some good stuff to talk about. Uh-oh. I feel like it's clicking. My computer's acting up. All right. Give me one. See if I put it right. I had my mic sitting on my computer, so it wasn't like it was allowing me to click in. Made me click out of stuff too. But I gotta say, man, there's always some new stories too. And just speaking of Brooklyn too, you know, we gave the media gave credit to Kyrie Irving, which is rightfully so. He did have a nice game against the Brooklyn Nets. I mean the 76ers, and I knew it was leading towards what we need in the NBA, what we was missing in the NBA. He's like, Jay, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about is I can get back to what I wanted to do right quick. What do you mean by that, Jay? Well, this is what I mean by that. The NBA has been on some Kumbaya shit for the last 5-6 years now. With a lot of these players, let's team up and let's play together. Yeah, we're gonna be great teams because we're best friends off the team because we played AAU basketball when we were 6 and 7 years old. What it looked like to me when the Brooklyn Nets and the 76ers played, it looked like Kyrie took a little some shit personal. Because every time James Harden had the ball or James Harden was out there on the court, Kyrie made it his business to stick James Harden. You saw KD and Joel Embiid get into it. You know what I'm saying? KD looking at him like, all in his face. That's what we want to see, man. None of this kumbaya shit, bro. Like, oh, I don't want y'all to be friends. Like, you know, I don't want y'all to hurt each other out there, but I don't care for y'all to be friends. Y'all can leave that friendship at the door, man. Like, soon as that ball has been tipped, like, leave that friendship at the door, bro. Please leave that friendship shit at the door, bro. And y'all play out there. That's what I like, man. You know what I'm saying? Last couple of years, you know what I'm saying, there's been some good little chippy stuff here and there, you know what I'm saying, with certain teammates, certain players. Well, if I can go back and remember, Brandon Ingram, no, Rondo, Chris Paul. Rondo spitting in Chris Paul's face, which I did not see that. I don't know how the NBA saw that with that super scoping microphones that they lenses that they got, but that was something. Brandon Ingram coming in out of nowhere, swinging, throwing punches. They're like, dang, Jay, you promoting violence? A little bit. I'm not gonna lie, man. We're in the age, man, where drama is key. Even drama in the NBA is key. You know what I'm saying? I could really care less of what the off the court shit is, like your personal life stuff. I could care less about that. But when we talking about what's on the court, that's what I like. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I like to see, the stuff that's on the court. The spitting, the tuggling, the pushing. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't want to see him hurt, but stuff like that, I like to see. It's fucked up as it is. It may sound fucked up. One of the Morris brothers, I think it was the Morris Jr., that got blindsided by Jokic. You know what I'm saying? I love the retaliation from Jokic because it was less like, oh fuck, you're not about to treat me like no bitch. You're not about to shove me like that, like I'm like your little bitch. You're not gonna hold me. No, it's not. That's not going down like. It's not. I'm not sweet. That's what I got from Jokic, you know, and I respect that 100, bro. Because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. And to be honest with you, I would want my player to stand up for himself. You know what I'm saying? Because if they think that they can do that to you, then they're going to keep doing that. They're going to keep trying to show you up. They're going to keep doing it. Each time they play you, they're going to keep trying you. Because they know they got you. But I think they'll think twice from now on some real shit. But stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I just love to see, bro. And it's just, that's what basketball, I think, has been missing. That grit, that grind, that leave that AAU bullshit alone and stuff like that. But I wanted to really say this too. I think we overlook certain players because of their name and stuff like that. And I did a live on my Twitch channel with this. I'm gonna have the clips once I edit it throughout the weeks, stuff like that. Because I was saying it throughout the game while I was watching. Now I'm probably gonna be doing that too. Once I get done with this, I'm gonna be doing live during sporting events. Stuff like that. I've been saying it. I don't know how if I'm going to get flagged. Knock on wood, I don't get flagged. Stuff like that. Maybe I got to do a little bit more editing as far as how it's played and stuff like that. But we gonna rock it till we see what happens. You feel what I'm saying? So we're gonna be going live during these events and stuff, certain games and stuff like that. Ones that we really want to see. Ones that we can stay up for and see on top of that. You feel what I'm saying? But I think he definitely gets overlooked as a player. And he's just living in the shadow of his brother. I hate to say it, but I'm talking about Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry came out that game, Thursday night game, from 3-point range. He shot 50%, gave you 2 assists, 5 steals, 1 block, dropped 24 points, shot 71%. I mean, I really don't think he gets the credit that he deserves, to be honest with you. I mean, for a season wide, he's giving me 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. If he probably was a star, he would give you more. But for that type of production off the bench, I would take that. 15 points, averaging. I'll take that all day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Definitely take that all day of the week. I think we got to give him a little bit more respect. Is that Drummond came out and had a good game too? You know what I'm saying? Um, and I think Philly lost out of the trade. To be honest with you, now that you see them face to face, I think they lost out in that trade just because that you gave up shooters, you gave up a big man in the paint. I understand that you got Andre Jordan, but Andre Jordan is not Drummond. He's younger, more athletic. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a body that can body Embiid and stuff like that. I would have loved it that they had kept Drummond, and then on top of that, you gave up a draft pick. You don't know what that draft pick is going to be, but you still gave up a draft pick, which they can use to trade for something else if they needed to. Trade up, get a player and stuff like that. Like it's just big, man. I probably wouldn't have done that trade, you know. And I slick kind of want to say even Brooklyn lost out of it because you don't know what James Harden is going to get. I mean, what Ben Simmons is going to be. But for the fact that you got Stephen Curry and you got Drummond and a future draft pick, I believe it's the first rounder. I think that speaks volume to what the future can be, at least for the team, because you know you got Kevin locked in, you know you got Kyrie locked in. And the fact that Kyrie is part-time, having Stephen Curry, then you end up picking Aaron Dragic, I hope I'm saying his name, Dragic up, a veteran point guard that's played with Steve Nash on top of that, which is also good. So definitely winning right there. And you needed a big man in the paint. And for the Philly, it looked like they needed more shooters out there. Because if you stop James and you only got Joel Embiid, and it seemed like that's the formula, probably really is just to let Joel Embiid go to the line. Not try to foul him to make him go to the line, but if you can contain him so he can not really put the ball on the ground, make him uncomfortable, swarm defense at him. You got Man out there and you got James Harden. Now, Man is still a young player, so when it comes down to the playoff time, will he step up and be that guy? And then also Tobias Harris needs to step up and be that guy too on top of that. I think Stephen Curry was a better shooter. I'm not going to say a better defender, but from that night, 5 blocks, 2 steals, phenomenal as a defender in that aspect of the game, and is a great shooter. Like, he's always had great numbers. I believe at one point he was leading the league in 3 points made or 3-point percentages. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's really gonna come down to I'm not really banking my buck on Ben Simmons coming back and being an X factor. I'm banking on this Mane be released and Kyrie be the X factor. Because let's play this hypothetically right here. A lot of people ain't even thinking about it. They're in the play-in tournament right now. Feel what I'm saying? And potentially they will have to probably face, if they were to start right now, I don't want to play. All right. And it did it again. Okay, no. So Brooklyn Nets will play Toronto in the play-in tournament. Okay. You'll most likely have to play Toronto in the play-in tournament. Toronto is just like Brooklyn. If you're not vaccinated, you ain't playing. They don't even want people to fly in if they're not vaccinated. So you won't have Kyrie at all for those playoffs. Like that play-in tournament. So what if you end up getting swept and what if you end up getting beat by Toronto because you didn't have Kyrie because you had to fly into Toronto? Jalen Rose said it best, man. We can avoid all this by Kyrie just getting the vaccine. Now, I will say this. Last couple games, Kyrie's actually been there to the game. Each home game, he's been there. You hear what I'm saying? Excuse me. Each home game, since New York has lifted some of their restrictions, Kyrie can go to the games, bars, any type of concerts and stuff like that. You hear what I'm saying, right? If I'm allowed to go, why am I not allowed to play? That doesn't make any sense. Like, that's what doesn't make sense. What also doesn't make sense, and I talked about this before, I'm not going to go into like full detail because I already talked about it. Go back and watch some of my videos and you know what I'm talking about. But go back. If you're an outside player, you're allowed to come in. You're an outside musician, you're allowed to come in. You're an outside artist, actor, you're allowed to come into town and get work, put in work. But if you live there, you're resigned resident of New York, and you work for New York in any way, shape, or form, you cannot go to work. But somebody outside can come in and play. Somebody outside can come in and perform songs and stuff like that in New York. That what doesn't make sense. It needs to be just like Toronto, where if you come in, you're not vaccinated, you're not allowed to come in. That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to change. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like boo-hooing because Kyrie can't play because of the vaccination. I'm boo-hooing because you're allowing other players to come in and they're not vaccinated to play in the city that he can't play in. That what doesn't make any sense. He's been to the arena 2 times. Just today. Kyrie strolling in about the second quarter, 4 minutes into the game. Shaking hands. The funny thing, he came in with no mask. The people that he came in with had masks on. That's the funny thing about it. About the front row. But yet he can't play. That's what doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So if we can make sense of that, wrap our hands around that, allow outside players that's not vaccinated to come in, then I'm cool with it. But other than that, I'm not cool with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what can happen. But like I'm gonna keep saying I'm gonna go back into it, man. My second favorite team going into the playoffs with Chicago Bulls, bro. Alex Caruso has came back. I'm waiting for Lonzo Ball to come back. They're on the 2-game winning streak right now. Sitting in the 4th spot. About 4 games out of first spot. Potentially can leapfrog, man. Like in the East is so close. You know what I'm saying? Miami's sitting up in a comfortable lead right now. About 4 games ahead of everybody. You got Philly, Milwaukee, Chicago, Boston, Cleveland. They all those 5 teams, are close. Some are 1, some are 2 games behind each other. Anything can happen. for right now, Phoenix Suns are the only ones that clinched their spot right now. Going in. And like I said, the Lakers, inconsistent as they are, they still could potentially not be in. Just about probably about 15, 16 games left. And I think they'll make it just because I think Portland's not going to do it. They've been inconsistent. They don't have enough to really put them over the edge to get them into the playoffs, at least in the play-in tournament. But they're 26-40, while the Lakers are 29-38. They can end up losing this game right here, but Portland just got to win. But they got a little tough schedule for them to even make that type of noise anyway. But like I said, man, it's all about news stories, man, stuff like that, and stuff. But we're gonna hit you with this another intermission, man. We're gonna be back. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna end it off with something great. So y'all just stay tuned real quick.
Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. He's been a good boy, so I'ma let him play with it. He know I'm a savage, I need the whole day with it. I'm a selfish bitch, never gave a fuck. If I fuck that nigga one time, he a lucky motherfucker. I'm a blessing, me and Poppy catching flights. Private jets to the yachts, them city lights. I like to twerk on the dick. Sit back, relax, let mama work on the dick. Yeah, he got me spoiled. We just flew to London for the weekend. We playing hide and seek, so daddy come find me. We kicking big boss shit, I love it when you inside me. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. I love the way he kiss her. He can't sleep because he miss her. He know this shit expensive. Gotta blow a bag just to sniff her. Me and Shawty keep it 1K. We don't tell each other secret. He keep them hoes in they place. He a dog, I'm a savage, so it ain't shit to say. I love that gutter shit. Make wanna put a whole cake in his face. Eat it up, then beat it up. I'm an all-nighter, he keep it up. I love the ride, he going crazy. Deep stroke, them feet so. Slim waist for the fat cat. Porn star, make it talk bad. Guarantee he coming right back. This big kid and them big fast. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. Lay in it. He just wanna stay with it. He just wanna play with it. Do this shit all day with it. I love the way.
All right. It's your boy Smuvie Man. We back at it once again, and we about to end this off. Just to like some brief service announcement and stuff like that, man. I first want to say shouts out to my boy Marley McFly. We had chopped it up early today. He was telling me some stuff about my mic and stuff like that, man. I always tell people, man, I'm down with any type of criticism, anything that can make me better, any knowledge, any type of gain to make me better, stuff I did not know. Hey, bring it forth, man. That's the only way I'm gonna get better, man. I take all that. I tell people, man, you can't be. People are so sensitive nowadays, man. You can't say shit to them, bro. Like, I'm not one of those people, man. I can take it because I can dish it. Because I can dish it all day, and I can take it. And it stems from me being fat as a younger kid, being talked about like as much as I've been talked about, having low self-esteem and stuff like that. So nothing really phases me, man. I just laugh it off, and I look you in your face, and I just laugh it off. Like, I take nothing personal. It's just all business. And when I do this, even though it's just fun for me, it ain't just a hobby. You know what I'm saying? I take it very seriously. So with that being said, like, you know, with that being said, I appreciate any type of game anybody can give me, man. I'm trying to expand this, make it better, bigger than what it is. You know what I'm saying? We getting closer to 50. We got 5 more to go. 5 more to go. We got 5 more to go. We should definitely get this done before I'm shooting before this week is in. Before this week is over, can we do it? We could probably do it. You know what I'm saying? Hit the 50, and we gonna keep it rolling. And then our next goal will be to double what we did this year. Whatever the number that we get to when we first did our first podcast on YouTube, we're gonna double that. So let's just say hypothetically we get to, I'm at 50. I think I got like 2 more months or whatever to the year anniversary. Let's see, if I get to 100, I gotta get to 2. I gotta do 200 episodes. You feel what I'm saying? Challenge yourself. Have these small little goals. You know what I'm saying? And this is not even the only goal that I got. I got multiple, man. Multiple goals. Multiple goals. And they all baby goals to the bigger goal, to everything. You feel what I'm saying? My first goal was just to get started. My second goal was to have some type of backdrop, have some type of intro. You know what I'm saying? Edit this, have a sub bar and all that extra stuff. Just each thing. Learning this, learning that, learning this, learning that. Like teaching myself different stuff every time, and I jump on throughout the weekday. You know what I'm saying? So the goal within the goal is to do potentially double. Potentially every day try to do a show where you see me every day. You got no choice but to click it because you see me. You know what I'm saying? You're vibing with me. You're living with me. You're doing this with me. You know what I'm saying? You got no choice but to jump on because you're saying what I'm saying is outlandish. It's crazy. It's insane. And you got to check me about it. You feel what I'm saying? That's just all it is. That's a goal within the goal itself too. Is just to get more people on here, man. Get more consistent with getting people on here, not just artists and stuff like that. I want y'all to get on here, but I'm talking about people that just want to talk about sports as well. So if I'm on here consistently basis, okay, Jay is on. He's gonna talk that shit. So let me check him about this. That's the feeling. That's the vibe that I want to get. Come check me. That may be a segment. It's called "Come Check Me" about what I just said. If it was some dumb shit, and also too. I don't know if it clicked over, but I don't think it did. We got the LA Lakers getting slapped by the Phoenix Suns, 53-71. Phoenix, second quarter, and it's just second quarter too. On top of that, so that's crazy within itself. But you already know, man. Like I keep saying, bro. Like I'm your host, Smuvie Mane, Bruce Wayne. If you know any artist, any producer, send them my way. Send them the link. Send me their link. Just so I can chop it up with them, man. It don't matter who they are, big, small. It doesn't matter. I want to get to know you. I want to get to know so my viewers get to know your music and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we building this shit, man, one brick by brick. Call me Mr. Bob, the motherfucking builder. The man with many different names, Smuvie Mane, Bruce Wayne. Add that to it, Bob, the motherfucking builder. But I'm out. I want y'all to holler at me. I want y'all to keep this going. Keep vibing with me. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Turn on that bell motherfucking notification. You feel me? We can keep this popping. Northside shit. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching or listening to